Hello, morning again. Okay, so today's story about growing is a really lovely story. It's an old story, an old book of mine, and it's called Once There Were Giants. You see that? Once There Were Giants. And it's written by Martin Waddell. He wrote some lovely stories, including Farmer Duck. Okay, so this story is about growing up, and it's about how when you're little, everybody seems so much taller than you. So let's have a little read of it. Got some beautiful pictures, so I hope you can see them when I'm reading it. Here we are. Once there were giants in our house. There were Mum and Dad, Jill and John, and Uncle Tom. The small one on the rug is me. Can you see here the baby? How big do all those people look to that baby? Like giants, I expect. When I could sit up, Mum bought a high chair. I sat at the table way up in the sky with Mum and Dad and Jill and John and Uncle Tom. The one throwing porridge is me. Oh, what a naughty baby. Can you see him? Looks like he's throwing it at Uncle Tom. Oh, my word. When I could crawl, I crawled round the floor. Dad was a dragon, and he gave a roar that scared Jill and John and Uncle Tom. The one crying on the floor is me. Oh, poor him. So he's learnt to sit, he's learnt to crawl. What's the next thing, do you think? When I could walk, I walked to the park with Jill and John and Uncle Tom. We fed the ducks and Jill stood on her head. The one in the duck pond is me. Oh my goodness. Can you see? He's right in the duck pond. And if you look over here, let me see. There. Can you see his sister is standing on her head? I know some children like this. When I could talk, I talked and talked. I annoyed Uncle Tom and got sat upon by Jill and John. That's John on my head and Jill on my knee. The one on the bottom is me. Oh my goodness, look at them all playing in the sand. Can you see? When I could run, I ran and ran, chased by Mum and Dad and Uncle Tom, and Jill on her bike and my brother John. The one who's puffed out is me. There she is running. Can you see her? She's getting bigger, isn't she? When I went to playgroup, I wouldn't play games, and I called people names and upset the water on Millie Morgan. She's the one with the towel. The one being scolded is me. Oh, my Lord. Scolded means being told off by his teacher. When I went to school, I got bigger by then. Mum had to leave at 9:45, and she didn't come back for a long, long time. I didn't shout and I didn't scream. She came for me at 2:45. The one on Mum's knee is me. There she is. Can you see? She's bigger again now, isn't she? When I went to the top of the class, I had lots of fun. I got big and strong and could punch my brother John. He's the one with the sore nose. The one with the black eye is me. Oh dear. Look, they've been fighting. He's got a sore nose and she's got black eye. Can you see it? Oh, she bruised her eye. When I went to big school, I was taller than Mum and nearly as tall as my Uncle Tom, but I never caught up with my brother John. I ran and I jumped and they all came to see. There they are cheering. The one who's just winning is me. There she is. Biggish at secondary school now. When I went to work, I lived all by myself. Then I met Don and we married. There's Jill and John and Uncle Tom, and Mum's the one crying, and Dad is the one with the beer on his head. The bride looking happy is me. There she is. You see. Now Dad's being very silly, isn't he? They're celebrating. Then we had a baby girl, and things changed. There are giants in our house again. This is my husband Don, and Jill and John, and Mum and my dad and Uncle Tom. And one of the giants is me. Oh, what a lovely story, all about the fact that when everybody looks so big, and then when you get big and you have somebody little, there are giants back in the house again. Really lovely story about all the changes that we as human beings go through. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed that story. It's one of my favourites. Quite an old book, so quite hard to find in bookshops. I kept it safely on my shelves. Doors open at the moment. Okay, take care everybody. Speak to you soon. Bye now.